Good evening, fellow train enthusiasts. Welcome to my third tutorial on Trainz 2019. Just with my record button, that's why there's a little bit of pause before I started talking. Alright, so there's been no rehearsals. You can either watch or you don't. I'll try and keep the videos to within 15-20 minutes maybe. It's, how you don't want to give up so much time. So excuse me, let's have a drink here. Obviously I'm the newbie guy at this, new guy. And I don't know trains at all. I remember my dad setting up a little train set for me. I can't remember what the scale was. HO, is that right? Someone will tell me if I'm right or wrong. And he set that up in a room, and for me, beside it was an AFX, which was the little slot cars, which was roughly the same scale. I think the cars in proportion a little bit bigger. I'm not sure anyway. Yeah, and I loved it. It was great. I love the little cars, and I've still got some AFX track because my kids had it. That's in the roof for the grandkids to look for. Maybe I'll get it out again one day. But the problem with that was you had a fixed track, so you played it for a little while, and then it got a bit boring because you're doing the same thing over and over again. Which is, my dad sat here and watched this with me because he's got the little N-gauge trains on a set that's track that's all set up on a piece of board. I'll get that, but that's another story. Up until last week he had that. My brother's got all his trains, and my brother, oh my goodness, he's way into trains. So, what are we doing? You've seen, there was a couple of things that I really struggled with, and I thought I just made a quick little videos of those. That was the first two you've seen, like watering my steam train. Got that figured now. I think I explained that in the last tutorial. And getting my AI drivers to stop and let people on and off. I've still got people in shuntings in passenger trains that can't get off. So we'll fix that later. So what we're doing now in my third video is I will let you in on my big build. There are some guys out there that do some beautiful work. I don't know if I can match that. I doubt it very much, and there's no way I'm going to be able to replicate a route from where to where. So in the spirit of setting a track up on a board, this is my big board where I'm going to learn Trainz 2019. I've got the Platinum Edition, so I've got all those extra tracks, but this is what I bought it for, was to build these things. So, oh look, here later I'll set up some commands for this guy. Now I know how. If you missed my last video, you don't have to get out a driver in the 2019 version. If you want to change it, give him some commands. We click some on over here in session, in edit session. There's a little yellow dot here. Click on that. Oops, I've got my screen back. Is it one to sleep? That wasn't too dark for you. 2 clicks on that, and it puts this train into AI mode. So he's going to be driving it, and we can give him some commands here. What I did in my last thing was I set up some track markers and put it with that. So, that worked. I don't know how crude that was. Please, if you know a better way to do it, let me know. I still need to find those consists which are hidden under my board. So let's just go drive to. No, we want to go to we want to go to a station. Now here's so far. Now not all these are attached because I just dragged them out and they're sat on the board. You'll see them later scattered around the place. Got little areas marked up. We want to go to the station that I'm in at the moment. Where the hell's that? Drive schedule. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure that out later. But because what I'm doing now is my coal mine, and what I want to figure out is I hear a lot of guys talking about discrepancies. Let's go back and turn them on. So this is how I used to do it as a kid. Choo choo. I know I don't have to do that anymore because I can do this. There we go. Off we go. I speed. I don't know. I've got it on Don't Derail Me since I lost that other loco. I found that out somewhere too. And also something I found out in even when you're building your own board, there are achievements. So I haven't even got to trainee level DCC operator. This is the DCC here. You will have to learn later if you want to advance through your achievements. Move to this stage, figure out what all this means, and drive from here. I haven't clicked on those yet, I'm not going to bother. And then the AI. Let's stick with this for the moment. I did read up on how to drive a real steam train the other day. The manual is somewhere in the links through Trainz here. Oh my goodness gracious me. Got oil pressures and gauges and that. So anyway, stop nattering, let's get going. What are we going to do? We're going to go to tools menu. I want to go to surveyor. There's surveyor there. If you want, you can do your hotkeys, control F1, but I can't be bothered leading forward to the keyboard. So it pauses the game. And what you have to do is I flicked a little switch somewhere because I didn't want to just immediately jump out of the cab. So what I have to do each time is I go up to camera and I change it to roaming, which is now brings me out here and you can see what I'm doing. And like I said, little people standing around all over the place. Excuse me again. So that little train I built earlier, it's been loaded up. It loaded one of the woods up. Yeah, I couldn't get the others to load. So stations, my coal mine. Well, let me do this. I'll zoom right out, wheeling back on my mouse wheel, so you can see how many little board things. I think these little individual ones are called boards. I have laid. What you see is a lot of guys is they'll have a route. So they'll have this board, 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 this board. But they don't have all that in between. They just have the route that they're making. Some of them are really, really cool. All right, and when I first went into here, I zoomed out and I was looking at I was trying to find things, and oh, my music has. You watch when I zoom in a bit. Look at this. Look, I couldn't find anything in there. Sorry, I've got an old CD playing and it was stuck, like they never were supposed to do when you first bought it. Remember that back in the olden days? Yeah. So all this information here, you probably saw me doing it. You can switch on and off over here. So let's start switching some things off. And we can lock in on what we've got there. There's my board. You can see I've got a little river running across here, so that took me a while to figure out how to put water in, cover the bottom with water, lift the water up and down. Because you guys that have got 2019, you'll notice that your controls, your menus look a bit different than the guys that are running on Trainz, New Era, and what the other programs, the earlier programs, because they have changed a lot here, including the displays in 2019. So I've clicked all this stuff off so I can't see them. Here's my board, river, like I said. If you zoom in a little bit more, you can start to see my track in blue. To navigate around, I'm clicking on the right mouse button, pulling where I am. So you can see this is my track here. My steam train, it goes around this track here. I've called it Hotham Valley. Hotham Valley, for those people that live in the same area that I do, they'll know where that is. It took me a while to figure out how to raise the land in here. I had to go to this one here. You pick a height and then you use this button here, and it gives you the circle like your normal raise and lowering stuff. But it brings it all up to exactly the same height. So if you've got divots all over the place and you're screwed up, you don't know what to do, you can come here, make sure it's on 0, 0. That's the level of the board. Click this and just paint over all your little holes and divots, and it'll all come up to a nice level again. So, but what we are doing, there's passengers sat there. Coal mine. Go to the coal mine, Julian. My coal mine is here. I've just put this board in tonight. Whoop. if I right click on it and zoom in, we should be right. So coal mine. Here's I'm still mucking around with that. That's what I was doing earlier when I thought, oh, I should record some stuff. So you know, I was grabbing those circles and moving the track to make it nice by coming into my tracks, setting move. Got to move my record button again because it's in the way. How do I do that? Damn. Okay, well, and grabbing these circles, zoom in a little bit so you can see where they are there. I was moving this track out, giving the freight trains, the big long ones, an area to turn in, because if you do your turns too sharp, you can't pull it around. That was something I learned the hard way. I think on that corner there where I initially had it. So, and I've got different types of track there, so I will fix that because I didn't have my pick list made. If you don't know how to do a pick list, go and watch my second video up on Trainz, and I'll explain how pick lists and all that work there. So at the moment I'm just dragging circles, making this nice and even. My aim eventually is what I'm doing for my coal train to get on and off, and to make it easier for them to navigate around, I'm making this big yin and yang symbol, and then I'm going to put 2 extra lines on it so that a train can come in this direction, come in here, around here, and out on the same direction, and the same on this one here. And then we'll be able to set some navigate tos and around and all that stuff, which looks very exciting to do. I'm looking forward to it. It's really hooked me, this program. Right, so I need to put another circle in, so I'll come over here. Well, I'm still on move, so I can't see it, sorry, because I've got a little box here, which you can't see, which has got my little record going for 12 minutes. I've been nattering away for now. I hope you've learned something. I haven't. Let's put, advanced settings. You want to know how to put those circles there? Go to advanced settings and come down to this one here is add, and then you can just drop it in there, and then we can come back to move, and then we can click and drag this circle to where we want it. Oh, yin yang is what we want, so probably center of the circle somewhere around there, and this one out to here. We need another one in there, so come back to your advanced settings. I'll leave the box open now. Where's where we're adding it into, what did I say, here? There we go. And we want to, which way do we want to go, guys? This way. Click on it and drag it. Oh, don't know why. Who can tell me why? Because I haven't changed it off circle to move it to move it, which is right there. So let's try that. I zoomed in, wheeling my mouse button, right click button to come over here, grab the little dot, and oh, not too far. You know, they reckon that scientists, the people that know things, I don't know anything, so if I say something wrong, tell me. When you have a circle, that the human eye naturally looks to the center of it, apparently. So this shouldn't be too hard. If I come out and see a thing. The reason why you can't see my track all the way here, I've got to find out how to wind the sensitivity down on that. It's because it's going through hills. Don't worry about that for the moment. Just leave it be. It'll be fine. Let's just get the shape right. Dum, dum, dum. No, Julian, over here. So what we want is in the center, which is what I was talking about before. So center, thank you. Let's try that now somehow. Don't worry, we ain't got there. Look, I've got a few here. I can just drag this one here, and you can take that over there, or you go over here. I don't know how that's going to affect the track. Put a bridge or a tunnel in there. Tunneling's hard. I shall explain that to you some other time if you ask me to. I won't bother if you don't. Hey, meow meow. What? Don't you stand on my keyboard. Hello, come on then. Be quiet. Alright, so I'll come back and fix this bit later, because what I really want to do is my coal mine, because dependencies and all that. Oh, listen, we've only got 15 minutes, so you get the idea there. You want to pull that around. Let's get rid of it through the hills. We'll show you how to do that since I'll come back to the coal mine later, because like I said, I want to keep these short and sweet, so because I don't want to lose you. So we're going to zoom in and see how my track's going through the hills here. And you'll notice that some of the circles are yellow and white already. Well, what we have done is we take this little one here that says adjust the spline height. Click on that, and you can make these all yellow, because this is a big freight train running around here, and we want all of this to be the same height. So click, click, click. I'm going to zoom out. Whoop, out a bit, wheeling back on the wheel. Yellow, 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 yellow. Right, what I'll do, I'll come back and fix it correctly, because we got on 6 minutes later. So what we do now is come back to our advanced settings, come to this N one, which is smooth splines, and I love this because you can click on the track. Sometimes you've got to click a couple of times, and it clears a little path for you through the hills, and it gives you, like, there's nothing worse than a completely flat board. So put all your hills in, then lay your track on top of it, and then we can sink it into the ground. And right mouse button to get over here a bit. Click. Then look at that. Click. No, hey, leave the mouse alone. He thinks it's a real mouse, but it ain't. Just like that. There we go, you see? And then obviously I can move these now a bit later, because you get a better idea of the shape. Through the mountain here. Because even sometimes it'll even, leaves a little mountain here like that, which looks really, really cool. Doesn't it? I think so. Alright. I'm sorry about the navigation. You'll have to, I'll get used to it, and you'll get used to me zipping all over the show. So like I said, you've got to click on some of them a couple of times, because it's hard for them to get the picture. Have I clicked them all yellow? Make sure they're all the same. I don't think that one there is it? Come on. You go, because I've got to go to this one and click that yellow. There we go. See? You can't unclick them yellow, I don't think. Right, here we go. Back to smooth splines. Click on them. All right, let's move the splines to closer together, and what everybody's talking about spacing. What they say is to drag your two circles so they're just touching. That's the easiest way. All right, let's go back to smoothing it out on that one. Is it too close or something now? You can go to this one here, which says get height, and so we go here. It's 0.58, but we want it to be 0, so I suppose if we click that one and click it on there. No, that don't work. Right, let's go back to this one. This smoothing one. That's the one I've seen other guys using. That looks nicer, doesn't it? What's going on? Help! Come on, you guys that aren't noobs. Tell me how to do it. Tell me what I'm doing wrong here. Tell me how to make this easier. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure again. And I shall see you later, and we'll go to the coal mine, and I'll fix this and make my circle nicer. Catch you later. Happy driving.